before the camera was rolling, we're also talking. You do basically you say that every amp is a custom job. Can you explain that?
Yeah,
a little bit?
Pretty much. We don't. Everything is to order. We don't really have technically, amps lying around the shop for sale. I mean, obviously, if you fell in love with one that was here and you wanted to purchase it, we can let it go.
Right.
But in most cases, it's we do everything is so customized to the customer's needs, exactly what they're looking for, cosmetics, tone, so speaker choices, some different tubes, circuit tweaks, all that stuff is available. So, color combinations are endless, and we've done some really crazy stuff for customers, and if you could dream it up, we'll try and make it happen, basically, within reason.
Within reason.
Yeah, but and that's also what we're trying to, how we're trying to stand out. We're not, just knocking these things out and trying to sell them. It's very specific to the customer's needs, and we're trying to be different in that respect.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys still doing amp repairs as well?
Yes. Yeah, we're still a full service amp shop. We do guitar repairs, bass repairs, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so I have to ask. You get an amp in the shop, or something like a boutique tube amp or something like that. You get the chance to peek under the cover. Does it kind of give you some ideas, or do you just try to kind of stay focused and not get lost?
To speak? I have to say, most of the time, Danny's will agree with this. A lot of times, we get an amp in here from a boutique manufacturer, and we open it up, and aesthetically it may look unique and have some maybe a unique control on it or something like that. But a lot of times we open them up and it's a Marshall, a Vox, a Fender, almost to a T in a lot of cases. Some slight circuit tweaks here and there. I gotta say, a lot of
a few different resistor values.
Yeah, but the basic platform is an existing amp.
I see.
And we see that more often than not. There are only probably a handful of companies that, we'll be like, we'll get in here and it's like, wow, this is really something different. And it's kind of cool. It's like, it makes us, it's like, wow, someone doing kind of like what we're doing. It's kind of, it's actually like refreshing. But most cases, it really is still, based on something that's pre-existing.
Well, it's got to be a good reaffirmation for you guys to know that you're carving your own path.
It is kind of cool, it's good to, but at the same time, it's like, the customer asks, like, oh, what did you think of the amp? And the feedback we have to give them is, it's a Vox AC30, and sometimes they're not too pleased with that, and they're like, not that it sounds bad or not that, but ultimately it's nothing, it's nothing unique, and it may be a good take on that amp, and obviously construction may be different, and some other things may be different in that respect, but the circuit itself, is something that's pre-existing.
Right. So in addition to the amps, in another video, we're gonna demo some of these amps for you guys. I also encourage you to check out the Sommatone Facebook page, where they've done more extensive amp testing. You can check out all the models in more detail, but I want to get my hands on these a little bit too. In addition, you also, is it recently started making guitars, or have you been doing it for a while?
No, we will do custom guitars. It's not something we actually advertise very often, or really try to push. But if a customer approaches us, we will do custom guitars for them. And again, just like with the amps, it's very specific. The customer will tell us the woods they're looking for, neck profiles, fret size, all that stuff, and basically do it to their specifications.
Right.
We probably do. It varies, but probably half a dozen guitars a year, for customers. But not sure if it's something we really want to, go full bore into.
Sommatone guitars,
but we will, we will do custom guitars.
Have you had someone come in and say, I want this guitar to be with this amp, and have you build both at the same time to match them up?
Actually, we've never actually done that. We've had customers who've owned the amps, first off, and then they'll say, oh, you make guitars too. Yeah, make me, make me one of your guitars, and this is kind of what I'm looking for, but not necessarily, towards that amplifier, necessarily.